Yo, what's up, guys? Been a little while. Apologies for the shitty camera quality. My tripod broke, so I can't put my phone up there. So gotta use the desktop camera, which sucks because it's awful. So I gotta figure out a way to mount my phone or get another camera to do the job because yeah, this is not gonna do it. But anyways, who cares? Let's get into the video. Today I want to talk about really the only thing you truly have to master in your life, the only thing you really have to dial down. And if you master this and you get this right and you're able to consistently do it, you can never lose. It's completely impossible. And I'll explain exactly what I mean and what I believe in terms of actually succeeding and achieving what you want in life. So in life, everything is about mind control. It's all about controlling your mind. Everything you do is a reaction, okay? Because there's three stages that happen with everything, okay? You get a thought that just pops up randomly. These thoughts, you can't control them. They just happen. You think about anything. You think about what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you should quit doing, what you should start doing. You get all these ideas and all these thoughts and all these, thoughts of self-doubt, like you're not good enough and negative thoughts, whatever it may be. You're going to get a million thoughts going through your mind every single day, and there's nothing you can do about it. But one thing you have to understand, those thoughts do not define you. Everyone has random thoughts. Everyone has self-limiting thoughts. Everyone has self-doubting thoughts. Whatever it may be, we all get these thoughts. Even the most successful of men have thoughts that are negative. It's just something we can't control. It just comes to us all of the time, right? It's like an annoying little fly flying around you 24/7, speaking shit into your mind and poisoning your mind. And you can't do anything about it. You're going to hear these thoughts all the time. They're going to go through your mind, and it is what it is. Then the byproduct of that, the kind of effect of that thought is going to be a feeling. You're going to feel a certain way because of that thought. Maybe the thought was that you're not good enough, that you should just quit. Now you feel bad. Now you feel sad, right? And these feelings too, there's nothing you can do about them. They're gonna appear. You can't remove them. They're always gonna come, because when the thought comes, you're naturally gonna have a feeling. You're naturally gonna feel a certain way about that thought. Whether it's a happy feeling or a sad feeling, most of the time it's gonna be sad and a negative feeling. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just gonna happen. You get a thought, and then the natural reaction to that thought, the natural effect of that thought is a feeling. And it is what it is. You're going to feel a certain way. Again, even the best of men, even the most successful of men, feel like shit. Everyone does. We all feel like crap. We feel sad. We feel happy sometimes. We feel negative. We feel pessimistic. We feel optimistic. Whatever it may be. It goes up and down. Angry. You name it. But then the third thing is something you can control. You can't control the thought. You can't control the feeling. They will be what they are. But you can control how you react to that feeling. That is mind control. You decide your reaction. The way you understand, the way you react properly is by first understanding what I mentioned earlier, that these thoughts and these feelings are out of your control and they do not define you. That is extremely important to understand. They do not define you. A lot of people think their thoughts and the way they feel speak any truth about them as people, about who they are. They don't. They're just random thoughts and then random feelings as a byproduct of that thought. And there's nothing you can do about it. They don't define you. We all have negative, thoughts about what we're doing, about ourselves. We all get sad from nowhere. We all feel hopeless sometimes, like we want to give up. It doesn't define you. If you think those thoughts are true and they hold any weight at all, that's when you will start getting controlled by them and you start listening to them and you start acting upon them. That's the problem. That's where the reaction comes in. You have to have this understanding that these thoughts and feelings are not you. They're just noise in your head that happens millions of times every single day. Okay, not millions, but thousands of times every single day, okay? And now you get to the reaction part of everything. You decide how you're going to respond to the feeling that was a byproduct of that thought. If you felt sad, are you going to keep laying in bed and keep scrolling, jerk off to porn to feel a little bit better in the moment? Or are you going to understand that, you know what? Feelings occur. It's not who I am. It's just something that I felt. I'm not a sad person. I just felt sad, right? You got to understand that. You're not a sad person. You just felt sad. So am I going to allow myself to be labeled as a sad person and just lay in bed and be hopeless and not get up and just be a miserable piece of shit? Or am I just going to understand that this is just the natural order of things? I'm going to feel like shit at times. And the funny thing is, there's not going to be any explanation behind it. You're not going to be able to explain why you feel a certain way sometimes, why you're sad, why you're happy, why you're angry. It's just going to come to you and you're not going to be able to make sense of it, right? So your reaction is the key to everything. How you respond when you're sad, how you respond when you're angry, how you respond when you want to scroll on your phone, how you respond when you don't want to go to the gym and train, how you respond when you don't want to do any work because it's too hard and you don't feel like doing it, right? How you respond when you have the urge and temptation to, watch porn. All of these things, how do you respond? Do you give in to what you feel because you think it's real and that you need to give in to it? Or do you understand it's just a feeling and a thought and I'm not going to give in to it? I'm going to control my mind, and that's that. I'm going to do the right thing. It's all about mind control, which is the reaction to the feeling, and the reaction being to do the right thing. Okay? That's all you can do. Just react properly. Don't mind the feelings or the thoughts. Don't let them define you, even if it makes you feel like shit. Understand how I respond is everything. It's not about how I feel, it's about how I respond, how I react. Okay? That's all you can control. So if that's all you can control, only worry about that. Because most people go through life thinking that they have to respond or, listen to their feelings. They have to react in a way that pleases their feelings in that very moment. You don't have to. Because those feelings are just fragments. They're not real. They just come and go. You can feel sad 1 minute, the next minute you can be happy. The mind is a very weird place. It's very bipolar in a way. So understand that. Just do the right things. Control your mind. Never let your mind control you. Because if you give in to these feelings, it's basically your mind running your life. It decides what you do and you have no control. And most people live like that. They have their minds controlling their next move. They feel a certain way, and then they decide to give in to that feeling. Because feelings can be awful, but they can also be amazing. Which is like the double-edged sword when it comes to feelings. We want to feel because when we feel good, we feel really good because feelings are amazing to have. But when we feel bad, it really fucking hurts. So when we feel bad, we wish we were psychopaths. And people are very emotionally driven these days. Like, people are extremely emotionally driven. They don't think about the right thing to do. They don't think about controlling their mind. They give in to what they feel in the moment and they let their minds control them. Because imagine listening to something that isn't even real, where thoughts and feelings pop up thousands of times every single day, and you're just listening to that. You're listening to the inconsistency of that voice in your head. And that doesn't make any sense. Stop doing that. Start listening to reason, start controlling your mind, and you'll become the best version of yourself. And this is literally all you need. Every single thing that happens in life begins with a thought, then that thought becomes a feeling as a natural reaction to that thought and a byproduct of it. And then that feeling leads to a reaction. That's all that really happens. Life is literally 95% what happens to you, 95% your reaction and 5% what happens to you. Most people think what happens in their lives is like the thing that actually matters. But it really isn't. It's more so of how you react to the things that happen. So that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping right now, but I hope that made sense. And yeah, as always, I love making these videos, and I'll keep making them. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.